You do that.
Shitty time to be out of coffee.
I can hear you tapping. Tap, tap, tap.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember which one was my...
Your microphone talking, dude?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Two Nerds, One Quest. I forgot
That one, Tom. That one.
Yeah.
You found it.
Yay.
We're live
Oh,
AF.
hell. I'll be right back. Hang on a second.
Yeah. Welcome to Two Nerds, One Quest. I'm your host, Norm.
Everything's breaking
Oh, no
down.
sound for the title. Sweet. That's whatever. I'm your host, Norm. Audio's not messed up this morning, but my sound is not showing like as a mixer thing, so I forgot that I did that. Joining me today, that just stood up and now just sat back down directly above me with a fresh haircut, question mark, is one Mr. JC. How you doing, JC?
It's always like this. It's aerodynamic. You know, Tom. I mean, we share the same hair stylings.
Yeah? Set
He's
it and
always
forget it.
looking fresh.
Yeah, sexy.
The man...
We're working on trying to bring back the fuzz. It'll get there.
Give it 10 years. The man directly below me with the hat and the Stone Cold t-shirt. Breaking hearts and breaking cameras. Ryan Kupta. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, Tom. Ready for the big game later. And, well, the bigger game this morning. Dungeons and Dragons.
It doesn't get any bigger than this. I feel like we should have Tony Romo and what's his face narrate our D&D streams. That'd be amazing.
Oh, my God.
All
Can
you
you
gotta do is
imagine?
places.
Tony Romo trying to cobble this together. I would have cast Ice Knife right there. I think most wizards would have Ice Knife right there. I don't really know what he was thinking, but
Yeah. Once that barbarian gets in the pocket, he's got to just stay up close and keep him within arm's length. At the very bottom of your screen is Mr. Genius. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing well. I've been told by a delivery driver that you should go check your porch, though, Mr. Norman.
check your porch.
Yeah,
The
Just check
back
your
one or the
porch.
front one?
front porch.
Well, I'm
Just
not.
go check your porch.
Do I need to do that now on stream?
Absolutely,
Yes,
Oh.
you should go do that now, Tom Norman, on stream.
Go check your porch.
because
dirty
that's
whore.
what we do.
Because
Hold
because
that thought.
because there are things that are going down today that people may not be aware of. I turned a year.
My wife just pulled up with something. I timed it so that it would work.
I turned a
Grab a
year
wash-
older on a couple days ago, and Tom Norman turns a year older, like somewhere right around here this weekend as well. So both of us
Ooh,
are a year older, and this is actually Jeff. I love you. This is amazing.
That's what happens when you. That's what happens when you get me as a friend. Sometimes stuff like this happens.
That is beautiful. I love it.
Hi, Puffer.
Oh, this is a pupper. Is a
Up
puppy
and down.
with a
Up on stream.
baby Yoda, a Grogu, if you will. Oh, put your earbuds in, turn your mic on, open this bad boy up.
That's
What have we
funny.
here?
Katie was sitting on the street just waiting for me and yelled at me when I opened the door.
Oh, this is fun. This is more fun than I was expecting this morning. It's a
Yeah.
cardboard box. Yes.
Yeah, we love cardboard boxes. Careful, don't break it.
Inside another
the cardboard
cardboard
box.
box.
What is this?
That's
Oh,
a lot
you
of
made
bubble
the-
wrap.
John,
the
you may
bubble
you may recognize this.
Yeah, I hear the bubble wrap.
You
This
can get
isn't
it
what he-
out without tearing the tape if you're really good at it.
Yeah.
This isn't a leftover gift from your New Year's Eve parties, is it?
Oh, I could have filled it with some of those. Actually.
Oh, that's amazing.
Isn't that great?
I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see this. It says words on it.
It's got
Oh,
the
yeah.
alignments
Lines.
on the mug.
Chaotic
alignments
evil,
on it.
lawful
There's,
evil, chaotic neutral, chaotic good, and lawful good milk. That's amazing.
So it coincides that the DMs that I've had that have DM'd more than 10 times and had a birthday and or New Year since. And today is my 10th time having Tom as a DM. So there you go.
That is amazing. I appreciate it so much. That is so cool.
You can put your beer in there.
Mm-hmm.
You could put keep things cold like beer.
Mhm.
your weed in there, man.
That's a lot of fucking weed.
Yes, it would be. Yes,
That's
it
so
would be.
cool. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Happy birthday, Tom.
Thank you for doing everything that you do.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes,
It's my
Tommy.
pleasure.
Thank you.
For telling the story of my characters.
Well,
Speaking of which, would
We're-
you like a recap?
continuing that
Oh,
today. Why don't you give me a
oh,
recap
yeah.
and a limerick?
You sure can. So let's see, where were we? We were fighting a priest at the beginning of the last episode. After Rand and Axe beat him almost to submission, Vok gets the final hit, dealing 13 damage to Rand. And then we brought the priest back awake and then tied him up, but he was still hostile. So Rand decided to destroy the glowing skull, which made him pass out. So we took a short rest and carried him out, taking some treasures and trinkets along the way. We were able to check the other room using blood from one of the bowls to open the door that we had trouble with earlier. We were able to find an altar, more skeletons, but not much. So we headed upstairs, turned the priest over, Father Baird, over to Tybalt, and got our reward and headed back to the Belching Dragon for a drink. So Father Baird was trying to bust us, so we served him some dwarven justice. And as Ellie demanded, the church still standed. Now we'll drink that free beer. Trust us.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one.
I like
God,
that
man,
one.
Genius.
That's amazing. That
Took
is
some liberty with the English language there, but hey, that's what we do.
All right, I'm admitting defeat on this Final Fantasy thing. Closing the window. I cannot find the release date of that thing.
It'll get shadow dropped tomorrow, John, and it'll
Yeah,
all be
exactly right.
worthwhile.
Exactly.
all right. So it has been 2 weeks in life, 2 weeks in real time,
Oh hell, that's a lot of beer.
and Axe and Rand and Vok have been hanging around. And I just blanked on the frickin' town that we're actually in. We're
Neverwinter.
the actual town.
Neverwinter.
Oh, it is Neverwinter. Okay.
Nearby the Neverwinter wood.
Because my brain is I've had
Mush.
There's a lot to do. in that
head
winter.
cold fog, and it's finally lifting. So it's been 2 weeks, and the adventurers have stuck around town, unless they've traveled. What have your characters been up to? We'll start with Axe. What have you been doing the last 2 weeks?
Been hanging around Neverwinter, doing some sightseeing. Oh yeah, I don't know where I've been. I know there's a floating tower, Wizard's Tower off the one coast, and went and saw that, and that was kind of cool. I was too creeped out to go through the portal and actually see the tower up close, so I observed it from a distance. Did some drinking, of course, as Axe is prone to do. Yeah, that's kind of it.
I picture Axe and Rand basically taking a tour of Neverwinter, hitting all the bars.
Oh yeah. Pub crawl. Pub crawl. I may have during the 2 weeks gone to Luskin to find like some recreational stuff.
Fair enough.
Throwing knives and stuff to ingest and stuff like that. The kind of shit you get in a pirate town. I may have stopped at Luskin for a few days and came back.
Yeah. And what would Rand have done? Would he have just followed Axe everywhere?
Yeah, I mean, Axe and him are, I mean, two peas in a pod, so we're kind of doing the same thing. I'm taking my little mini horse around and, practicing growing big and riding him like a bucking bronco and just practicing to get better and better because, we have delusions of grandeur that may come to pass.
I'm sure there was one day when like you actually wanted to try and do the bucking bronco experience, and Axe heard about that. They like actually like tie a rope around the nuts of the horse, and never actually got the rope around the nuts of the horse, but got kicked in the face because he was trying to. He's like, "No, you just stay up here. I'll tie it quick." And kicked Axe in the face as he got near him.
He's got a scar on the side of his head now.
Yeah, yeah. There's like a scar down the. It's like a healing cut on the side of his face where he got kicked with the horseshoe.
I want an animated version of that.
Are you blowing your nose again? Oh no, you're trying to adjust your focus.
Yeah, I
you're
need to
blurry
figure out
there.
my camera settings. And last but
It's all
not
good.
least, what is Vok up to these 2 weeks?
So, after having a successful adventure, Vok is going to try to stay a little sober this week and do some manual labor type tasks around town, try to get hired to just do some stuff just to kind of keep him out of the bar for a while, just so that maybe he can get up the energy to go do more adventures.
We are the wrong two people for him to hang out with if he needs to stay out of the bar.
Yeah,
I
right.
think he probably was avoiding you guys somewhat.
I would, yeah, I
not
think
not impolitely, but just ducking out a little early. And,
for his own safety.
yeah,
Yeah,
So-
hanging out with Axe and Rand is not conducive to a healthy environment.
probably
No,
not.
it really isn't. About 12 days into the 2 weeks, there was this phenomenon that nobody's quite sure what happened. At about the middle of the night, almost, if there was a bar time, it would be about bar time. This giant flashing ball streaked across the sky, buzzed
Tiny spy balloon. Sorry.
buzzed the town, getting within a couple hundred feet over town, creating a shockwave throughout Neverwinter, and a couple miles south of Neverwinter crashed, absolutely destroying a large section of the forest, sending shockwaves again back through town like an earthquake. Nobody knows what it is. People who have tried to sneak there and check it out, whether they're adventurers or just curious people, have not been returning. And people have been disappearing at night. So the town right now is kind of in a state of panic and a state of wariness. And Ellie has called all three of you back to the bar to discuss some adventuring. So it is day 14. It has been 2 days since whatever it is has crashed into the forest. And I am going to switch music.
Awesome.
Oh, I think sometime during that 2 weeks, Vok also pieced together how he got the cloak from Bruce. He was in the bar, and Bruce had to go to, as the letter said, he had to go to Luskin, and he said the cloak was probably safer on a drunk in a bar in Neverwinter than anywhere in Luskin. So, Ellie vouched for putting it on Vok, and that's how he ended up with it. But he had no idea what it is or what it does.
Oh, one other thing, Rand, you picked up the amulet from the dead priest in the basement, in the dungeon. Would you have had that checked out?
Well, absolutely. I mean, if not only for pure value, to make sure it's not going to turn me into a babbling evil monster.
So you would have brought it to a jeweler, and the jeweler would have kind of looked at it and said, "Yeah, this is probably worth about 50 gold." But he then would have sent you to, uh, uh, like a magic identifying shop, and there you would have found out that the holy symbol of Saint Taragnus is any good aligned creature who wears it has advantage on 1 wisdom ability check per day.
Mm.
I have to check to make sure I know what my alignment is here.
Hold on 1 second.
I love the tone of this game. Like in my mind, it went from like a kind of a horror, creepy, Edgar Allan Poe thing to now it's like Sword Coast X Files is what it feels like to me.
I love it.
It's really great. Tom,
You're not wrong.
I was just saying this. I love how this went from like a horror, creepy Edgar Allan Poe vibe to like Sword Coast X Files.
It's
Kind of what it feels like now.
Ooh. Are you guys getting music
Do
at all?
do I need to attune to that? I
Are
don't
we
hear
getting?
music.
No.
No, I don't get music.
Nope, you don't need to attune.
Do not hear any music.
Of course not.
It's all good. Does the stream hear the music? That's the important thing.
Probably not.
Probably not. Sorry, people.
Music.
All the best streams have technical issues.
My dogs are very.
Get 'em.
Yeah. Oh,
Get
puppy.
'em.
Uh,
Puppy.
some people's kids can't take them anywhere.
So we're at the
All right.
at the Belching Dragon.
All right, so
Drinking
we're
some
at the
ales, listening to Ellie.
yes, we're at the Belching Dragon. Stupid dogs. We're at the Belching Dragon. You guys walk in, all three of you. I kind of met up outside the bar. You're like, obviously Axe and Rand are always together, but Vok is there with you. And you walk in, and it's early afternoon, so it's a nice bustling day. Tables are half full, a lot of merriment, but also there's this feeling of unease. What sounds like merriment when you first enter is actually the murmur of people discussing the crash in hushed tones. Every once in a while you'll get a laugh, but it's mostly a murmur of speculation, rumor, gossip. Nobody really knows what's going on. You guys are assuming, since Ellie called you, based on history, that she's going to have a job for you.
Makes sense.
So you approach the bar.
So I'm
grab a
just
seat.
drinking ale. I'm not drinking rum or anything like that because it's the job's coming up, so it's just ale.
And Ellie will grab you whatever you need as she kind of nods for you to go
Just water.
sit to the end of the bar, kind of secluded from the rest of the bar, and says, "Take a seat. I'll be with you in a second." And she goes about doing her thing. She brings you over your drinks. She's not in any rush, so it doesn't seem like, to you guys, it doesn't seem like it's a matter of time importance. And as she's, as you're drinking your drinks at the end of the bar, and she's serving and bringing drinks out, the bar door swings open, and filling the doorway is this. It is just blocking out all of the light. Is this Centaur? And he kind of walks in, and he looks around, and he has to duck his head. He's really, really, really tall, just built huge. And he
The
walks
sounds of
in.
his hoofs. Axe flinches a little bit at the sounds of hoofs on the hardwood floors.
And everybody turns to look. And as he comes in, his head, and he gets in the doorway, the front half of him, and he just kind of straightens up and looks around, gives a nod to Ellie, who's not really paying attention, and he kind of clip-clops in. And as the rest of him comes in, there's an audible gasp from the bar. Roll me a perception check.
I mean, I would argue, do we need a perception check if the whole bar is gasping?
Well, you know what? No, you don't need to, because it is so obvious to you. This horse, this centaur, is hung. It is a distractingly large, giant penis on this centaur that is dragging. It is halfway down his leg. This is the largest thing you have ever seen on any creature. It is distractingly thick and veiny, and it is way more than you can't wrap your mind around how big this thing is.
Did we mention this isn't the kids'
That's what I was expecting.
Ellie, at the gasp, looks up, and immediately her face turns redder than my shirt. And she kind of puts her face back down and goes back to cleaning dishes, and kind of yells from her hair as she lets her hair kind of cover her face. Hey, Rowan. Ellie, I'm looking for a man named Vok. I was told he was here.
I'm here.
And he
Axe side eyes Vok.
looks in your direction. Vok, I have a message for you. Do you want this in private, or do you want it here?
No, here's fine. We're getting ready for a mission.
He reaches into one of his saddlebags and pulls out this envelope, hands it over to you, and as he turns around to walk away, his tail flips and hits you in the face, and everybody, all three of you, get just a giant shot. Just a giant fruit basket pointed in your direction.
Impressive.
Nice.
Yeah. And as he walks away, everything is just swinging left and right, and it's like a train wreck. You can't look away. You want to, but you just can't. And after a couple seconds, he exits. And what was a silent bar now comes back to life, talking about the centaur.
Bye-bye, man. To quote Ellie.
Ellie,
from The Last of Us.
Yeah. Upon the door closing,
Different Ellie.
upon the door closing of the bar, Ellie looks back up, wipes the hair out of her face, but her face is still just
There's,
red.
like, sweat.
She is visibly uncomfortable.
I think that would make her uncomfortable, honestly. Yeah,
As Elquin says, no weapons in the bar.
Yeah, you're always within melee range to that guy.
And to think when he first walked in, I was more worried about his hooves.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I would like to open the envelope and read what's inside.
All right. Do you read it to yourself, or do you read it out loud, or?
I think I'm just gonna read it to myself. And then you'll see the Vok turns pale and drops the letter on the ground, and goes straight behind the bar, grabs the strongest bottle of whatever he can, and heads right out to up to his room.
Axe and Rand, do you follow, or what do you do upon seeing him get up?
Hey, Vok, I thought you were I thought you were off the wagon, buddy. What's going on?
He's just zoned out completely.
Uh-oh. Hey, Axe, should we follow him? Like, he looks dazed and confused.
He did drop the
me,
letter
yeah.
on the table. He dropped the letter on the table when he walked away.
I grabbed the letter. What does the letter say?
Do you have it in front of you, Jeff?
I do.
Okay.
It says Vok, I regret to inform you that a body was found near the base of Ice Spire Peak by one of Big Al Calazorn's hired hands. It looks to have been out there for quite some time. It appears to be a 20-something human female with a scrimshaw walrus pendant, as described in your letter. The remains are being kept near my store, Barthen's Provisions, in Phandalin, for your identification. Sorry, friend. Elmar Barthen.
Oh, hell.
Why don't you guys give me a history check? Because didn't you talk about this before, Genius?
Vok was mentioning his daughter was adventuring somewhere.
11.
18.
All right, Axe, you remember, but Rand, you're kind of sketchy on the details regarding Vok's mentioning of family and adventuring, and you can surmise at this point that this is regarding his family. This is important to him, and it is very troubling.
Axe, who would that be?
That might be his daughter, man. Like,
Oh, no.
yeah, I know that could be. He may be off the wagon here shortly. I'm just saying. You think we should go with him?
Yeah, I mean, we can't let him go out like he is right now. He looks like he'll get hit by a runaway cart.
Well, let's go follow him then.
Before you can hop off your bar stools, Ellie grabs you both by the wrists and says, "Leave him. He will deal with his own. Right now, I need you."
No, he's our friend.
I understand
That's his
that.
daughter. He needs us.
I understand that, and when he comes back down, we can ask him. But this is.
I'm not going anywhere until he comes back down.
That is fine. This is more than just his daughter. This is dealing with the entire city of Neverwinter.
Oh shit!
All right, Ellie, what's going on? I mean, in about 15 minutes, I'm gonna do like 7 more shots, and I'm not gonna remember any of this shit. So we better start talking about this right now.
Well,
Fair.
the mayor. That is fair. Yeah, and Ellie kind of.
Let's say 6 shots, you can still remember. That 7th shot, and you stop remembering shit, man. It's math.
With this long of knowing you guys, Ellie kind of raises her eyebrows and does it. Yeah, you're right. Kind of look. She says the mayor has tasked me in hiring people to go and adventure to this to the site wherever this thing crashed to find out what is going on and if need be put an end to it. That's why I need you. That's why I called you here. The mayor has put up a nice reward. And if you would like, I would like you, both of you, and she kind of looks both of you in the eyes like, I need you to go, with or without Bach.
You must really think we're the best, Ellie. And the best adventurers. They might need a raise.
She ignores that and says,
Like twice the ale.
Yeah, 2 casks of bourbon.
Yeah.
there will
Rum.
be free drinks for you upon your return. Do not worry. I have not.
I mean,
Right.
and then you see Rand put back on his poker face. And some gold, right?
The mayor is putting up a reward. He did not tell me how much, but he is putting up a reward for you. And if you can't get it
Mayor's
done,
pretty rich.
if you can't get it done, then the next group I send out will.
That's pretty callous, Ellie. I thought we were friends.
We have a business arrangement.
Well, and then
If you would
Rand
like to do this-
arranges-
If you would like to do this as friends, I will tell the mayor to keep his money.
Rand arranges his business, and he says, "We'll take it. Fine, we'll take it."
See Axe go, he's about to put his hand over Rand's mouth, and then Rand says, We'll take it. We'll take it.
Vok comes down the stairs and goes out the back door, the one by near the restrooms, if I remember the map correctly.
Yep.
Just goes right out and doesn't say anything.
Is he coming with us?
Ellie, before Vok makes it out the back door, she grabs him by the arm and says, "Are you leaving?"
His eyes are bloodshot. He stares at her and doesn't answer and just pulls away.
Ellie, being as strong as she is, being the adventurer she is, all right, roll a strength. Hold on.
Hang on, because I have stats for Ellie.
Yeah,
I believe I still have her in my D&D Beyond. Or maybe I don't, because I went through and
I
crunched a
thought
bunch
you
of characters
did.
out. No, I still do have her. Okay, contested strength check with Bach.
19.
Oh, it was almost 19. It's a 9.
Oh, I
It's
just rolled a
17 to the-
6.
Oh, okay. She rolled a 7, so yeah, 9 or 8. It's a +2.
Okay. Yeah, he pulls away without any issue.
I'll say she grabs the cloak and he just kind of twists out of it, so she has the cloak then.
So basically, what you're telling us is Jeff's character is actually this fucking cloak. Whoever's wearing it comes with us. It's like Doctor Strange's
Maybe.
cloak.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
That's funny.
that does seem accurate, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And then I'll say a few moments later, you hear hooves and Vok is taking off on a horse. And the two of you think, wait a minute, Vok doesn't have a horse.
Ellie comes back
Whose
down
horse?
to your end of the bar, and
He's riding that weapon.
The Centaur.
yeah,
No.
all the swinging dicks are out on this one.
Why do you think he drinks so much?
Mind the big rocks.
Oh my god.
How
That's a
does
show
he even
title.
run with that thing?
Are you putting that in as a show title, Ryan? All
Oh
right.
my god. There's such good show titles. Alquin's on fire too. It's just amazing.
Oh, that's a nice Alquin. I like that. Rides for 1 gold. Man, Ellie comes back down to your end of the bar with the cloak in her hand and lays it between you two. I guess you better take this with you for safekeeping in case he comes back. Maybe you'll have use of it. Do they know what the cloak does, Jeff? Does the cloak actually do anything, or is it just?
Yeah. Bruce was able to get Rand out of that tower with it. It has one charge of Dimension Door. It is a I have it customized, so it doesn't have its
It
original
is
name on it.
literally fucking Doctor Strange's cape. Like it open a portal and pop you to the other side of it.
It's the like cape of the Mountebank or whatever.
Mont Blanc.
So it basically, I think you have to attune to it, but it has you get to do Dimension Door once per day.
Nice.
Awesome. Holy shit.
And yeah, so Rand would know, right? Axe may not.
Axe
Unless-
has no clue what it
I mean,
is. He looks at it and hands it to Rand.
Axe knew that happened because he was left behind to get out of that tower by himself.
He doesn't know it was the cloak.
Oh, that's true. Maybe you need
He just assumes Bruce is an asshole.
Yeah. All right, so
I would assume that.
so you have this cloak now that you shove into your pack. And
Did
Ellie
you say
says,
you'd attune to it, Rand?
I didn't say that, and
Oh.
if I'm really ending up with this cloak, I'm gonna tune the shit out of it. But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens before we leave on our adventure.
It does not appear that you need to attune to it.
Oh, even better.
So you're good.
All right,
Yeah.
rock and roll.
nice. So after your next drink, Ellie says, okay, I need you both to go about this mission. It appears that Vok is not coming back. He is gone. And I took a look outside, and by the looks of it, somebody in this tavern is going to be very unhappy that their horse is missing.
It's Axe.
What's that?
It's Axe.
Oh.
If it's Rand's horse, I'm not going to be that upset.
No, it's Axe's horse.
Hmm.
Rand's horse gets bigger. Axe's horse is just a horse.
Of course. So Ellie would know this then because she's seen them ride in and off.
Yeah.
So she says to Axe, he has taken your mount. I have taken the liberty of commandeering a different mount from this tavern. I will deal with that patron should they leave before you return. Which I'm assuming they will because it's a long travel out. But that is none of your concern. That is my deal. Your horses are ready. I need you to go. You are now the weakest link.
It's a horse?
Goodbye.
It's a horse? It's a horse? She said mount. I was thinking it'd be like a battle cat or something. It's a horse. Okay.
No, you wouldn't have Battle Cat. You'd have Cringer.
It's like getting a key that has like a Ferrari logo on it, and you go outside and it's like a Pinto. Some dude wanted to look cool.
So is your horse.
Since you're watching Friends again, John, it's Joey with all the
Ferrari
gear. Yep, but the car is actually a bunch of boxes.
Yeah. Yep.
For those that know about Friends. So she says that to you, and what do? Are you ready to leave?
Look around the bar for someone to help us. Yeah, we're a good duo, but having that third person is just anyone know how to heal? Anybody?
Everybody sitting around they make it a point of putting their head down, looking into their drinks. If you go up and you start asking people if they know how to heal and if they know how to do things, and if they're not brushed away completely, you're ignored. You're very much dismissed. Nobody makes eye contact. It's very clear nobody wants to go with you.
And I don't mean to be dispersing on TBD, but it seems like they need a better class of drinking buddies in here.
I mean,
Pretty obscure.
what do you do? It's just a bunch of losers. Let's just get out of here, take care of business. We'll come on back, and they won't get any of our bourbon.
And we'll be the heroes, like always. Yeah. What am I talking about? we're better than these people. We walk out.
Yeah, we don't need you.
I just need this lamp and this chair. And I don't need anything else. Except for you. I need you this. The jerk? Anybody?
That's okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's been a while.
that's a deep pull.
Yeah.
You guys missed my Ballad of Buster Scruggs reference.
Oh, I did. What did
I
you?
would have missed that.
Well, this establishment needs a finer, not to disperse on the establishment, but it needs a finer class of drinking buddy.
I watched that when it first came out. I need to watch that again. That was really good.
Yes, yes, amazing.
But that's neither here nor there. Okay, so you guys say this really loud, and there's one giant person in the back of the bar that kind of lifts an eyebrow and looks at both of you, writes something down on a notepad, like that he has like a little thing that he's been making notes on. Kind of looks at you both again, makes another little note, and then goes back to drinking.
Hey, Scribbles, got something to say, buddy?
Shit, are you really gonna start a bar fight?
I just asked.
He looks up from his
Right.
drink, gives you the roc's eyebrow, and says, "Be off if you know what's good for you."
Hey, come on, X. We've got really important hero stuff to do. While this guy draws his cartoons, we're gonna save the frickin' world.
Ellie from behind the bar says, "Axe and Rand, it's best that you leave."
I
And
take
she
a
looks at
key
the
off
guy
of
in the
my
corner and says, "Ragnar, sit your ass down."
I take a key off of the key ring of 20 keys, and I flip it to him. And then I turn my back and walk out. I don't say anything.
Like you throw it at the guy?
No, like you'd flip a coin. I flip a key to him off of the key ring.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
picks
Did
it
you
up.
just give Ragnar the key to your heart?
He looks at it, looks at you, looks at it, looks at you,
I turned
puts
away.
it to his chest and gets all nice and warm and says, "Oh."
And I walked out at this point. I don't see his reaction. I just flipped him a key and went away.
Yeah, he just looks at it and just kind of literally whips it across the room into the corner.
Like where the pennies go?
That yes. Yep.
Oh, we may need to explain that to people.
Yep. So when we have poker
that's
nights, there is a tradition, and it stopped last time because I
Fountain the ball?
I had a shot in the middle of the table that anybody who threw a penny had to drink the shot, but it was like 7 different alcohols. It had a nickel sitting in it, like a dirty nickel. Yeah.
Anyways, we'd throw pennies in Tom Norman's corner so his wife would find them later and be
And
mad.
I think that was a deer hunting camp poker night thing, that if a penny showed up on the table, someone would just, if it wasn't silver, it got thrown into a corner and just kind of piled up there, and that translated to a thing.
Yeah.
Translated to Tom Norman's home, and Tom Norman's wife didn't care for it.
Well, I didn't care for it because I have 2 dogs that
Nor
will
the dogs.
eat that shit.
Oh yeah, dogs will swallow pennies. Yeah.
So that is no longer a tradition at the Norman household.
Haha.
All right. You guys walk out of the bar.
Mhm.
Ellie after you kind of ushering you out, and sitting right outside the door is 2 horses. Rand's horse, and then a smaller, sadder looking mare. Looks kind of wonky. You look around and you make sure that the saddle and everything is tight. You check your tack. And when you get to the front of the horse to check its facial shit, you see that it's got nasty buck teeth and kind of a lazy eye. Kind of looks at you. Gives you a little bit of a headbutt. looks at you again, and just kind of does that horse thing where it shakes its head.
I think it wants to be your friend.
All right. Okay. You're fast, right?
As you mount your horses, Rand starts trotting off, and Axe, I need you to do an animal handling check.
Of course.
8.
8.
8.
You
Starts walking backwards.
you get up, you hop on the horse, you get all situated, and it starts walking, and it starts to gallop, and then it slams on the brakes. I need you to do a dexterity check.
Save or check?
Ah,
Am I
save.
gonna take damage?
Save.
10.
You go ass over tea kettle, still holding the reins, and you end up, because the horse is tall enough, you end up holding onto the reins with your feet like 2 inches off the ground, just dangling.
Shit, this is a big horse.
You don't take any damage or anything, but you're there.
I like go. Drop to the ground.
All right.
Turn around, look at him. Not how this works.
He looks down at you.
Follow
with his,
him.
looks down with his buck teeth and lazy eye, and looks at you, sticks out its tongue, and just kind of.
Is he looking at me?
It gives you a giant lick across the face.
I don't know. Is he looking at me?
Give him a carrot.
I don't have a carrot. Here, horse. Have some trail bread. Give him some trail bread. I don't know if you can feed bread to a horse, if that's a good idea or bad
A
idea.
normal,
All right.
normal
what I-
riding horse has an intelligence of 2. I think this one's a little lower.
That might be accurate.
X, stop messing around, man. We've got an important job to do.
I'm not doing it intentionally. This horse, man, they give me a lemon.
And
All right.
it puts
Well,
its head down.
Squeeze it and let's get going.
After it eats the
don't-
bread, it
I
goes
don't
down to
need
all
any more
four.
juice out of it.
It goes down to all 4 legs, so it's down to your height now, so you can easily climb on.
Ooh,
Like
okay.
a camel.
Yeah,
Fair
kind of
enough.
like a camel.
All right. Then we go. I say follow him.
All right, you hop on, and the horse gets back up and seems content now. And it's like the horse wanted you to know that it was in charge. As it
Well,
trots,
dynamite.
off after Rand.
Horse with a superiority complex. God damn it.
You're gonna have to name your horse, otherwise it's not gonna love you back.
I
Left
gotta
eye.
Name this horse. No,
Name
no, no. Too soon, Tom.
Too
Too soon. Too soon. That's like a massive foreshadowing to call it left eye.
You could call it Squints. You could call it.
Squints.
I'll come up with a name for him. Well, let's just roll. Follow him.
It's an L7 weenie. Oh my god. Let's-
This is probably the most
Wow.
fun episode we've had yet.
Let's move on before I just get loose on some other Sandlot references. Alright.
I love that the note was Vok takes Axe's horse, and this is how far it went with that bit. That's amazing.
So you trot off. You exit through town. Ellie did give you guys an extra potion of healing. So whatever you have, add a potion of healing to it. She would have stuffed that in your pack as you were on your way out.
Of healing. Add.
Awesome. That sounds great.
And she would have pointed you in the direction. So you guys are headed south out of Neverwinter. You have a general idea as to where you're supposed to go. She gave you some brief instructions and brief directions. And it takes it takes about a half a day. And it's nighttime now. The sun's going down. sun's going down. And as you're going, do you talk about anything on your way? Do you have any discussions?
Damn horse.
Yeah, definitely gonna talk about animal handling. We'll talk a little bit about our friend Vok, and how we both thought he was a real stupid, useless jerk at first, but turned out to be pretty handy. And wondering if what we're gonna find here when we reach this, I don't know, meteorite site or whatever.
And as you're walking, you stop for a brief meal, and you're in the middle of these discussions when overhead you hear this giant explosion. And you kind of look up, and you're not really, there's a darker cloud above you. Some kind of looks like some fire in the sky, and the explosion kind of dissipates out. The sound goes away, and you get plonked on the head, Rand, by something really hard. And then you get hit by another one. Not enough to do damage. And slowly over the next 3 seconds, both of you are being pelted by hard objects falling from the sky. And as you look up, it's weird. It's like a really glinty metal rain. It's kind of not stopping.
Whoa. Is there any shelter nearby that we can take?
Wait, trees?
Yeah.
Get under trees?
Yep, you're in the woods, so there's trees nearby.
All right, let's find our way beneath the biggest tree with the biggest boughs.
Hold that thought
Yeah,
for a second.
like
The dogs
grab
just took
a-
off.
Yeah, I would
Sure.
like find a wayward pine, like a big pine tree that's got a lot of branches above it that would
We need-
prevent.
We need more games with wayward pines in them.
Yes.
Uh-huh. We need to grab our horses too. We can't leave them to get hammered.
His eyes might
By
go straight if he
rocks.
gets hit hard enough, though.
All I can think about, has anybody seen Nope?
Nope.
I've not seen it. I've seen commercials for it.
Oh, super badass. But stuff falls from the sky, and the dad gets killed by like a quarter that falls from the sky.
Oh hell!
Like it, zoop, right into his head.
Sounds painful.
All right, sorry about
Yeah.
that. So yeah, there's trees. You're in the woods. I'm assuming you would go and hunker down under some trees
With our horses.
with your horses. After about 20 seconds of this, you hear this high-pitched whistling sound. That's
Kill Bill theme song.
it's like something is you're not quite sure. It's coming from the sky, and it's getting louder and louder, and it's going from high pitched to more of a low high pitched. So as it gets closer to you, it's just getting to be this louder whistling sound. And after about 2 or 3 seconds, you hear this and your fire just explodes ash and branches and wood and whatever else you had thrown in there. Just your fire literally blows itself out into a 10 foot radius, like somebody threw a bomb in your fire pit, and it just exploded. The metal, whatever was falling from the sky is done. You just every once in a while you hear a little tink tink, hitting something, but it's stopped.
Jeez. Okay. So, can we tell what that sound was? I mean, looking around, is there anything that fell from the sky, or all we really can tell is that our fire exploded?
Well, your fire exploded. It's smoldering. It's not very bright. Like it's kind of bright. There's a moon, but you would have to do some actual. Why don't you roll me an investigation?
Yeah, I mean, I think if there's not stuff falling from the sky anymore, we're gonna walk around the fire and see what we can see. So
Um,
I only have a 7.
6.
We ain't found shit.
as as you're looking around, J.K. Grammar, thank you. As you're looking around, you're picking up rocks. I mean, you're obviously missing what's right in front of you. And every once in a while, you find a copper piece, and then you find a silver piece, and you find another copper piece.
Right, you weren't very far off of the truth.
And you're finding that the ground is littered with silver and copper, and you find the occasional gold.
All right.
Say, did someone blow up that gold golem?
Can we pick it up? I mean, are we gonna be rich, biatch?
I
Yeah.
mean, I start collecting coins as I'm going. Like, if it's a coin
Yeah.
when I pick it up, I put it in my pocket.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially the gold
you
one.
pick it all up. How long do you spend
Yeah,
picking up
for
the
sure.
stuff?
And just as we walk, exploring.
Yeah. Let's
Till
say
we
2
find
hours.
something. Till we find something that is more interesting than the coins on the ground.
2 hours, or our attention is diverted elsewhere.
Yeah.
As you're going around picking up these pieces, you kind of hear this.
Whoa,
I look at my horse. Damn, you make some weird sounds.
Max!
Yeah.
It sounds like there's somebody captured. We
Oh, I
better
thought that was
find
my
them.
horse. Okay, that's not my horse.
All right. Can we tell where that sound is coming
Start
from?
looking around from where the sound's coming from.
Roll me a perception check.
19.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, it's very obvious that it's coming from the center of your fire pit.
Oh my god. All right. So the sound is coming from our fire pit. That's super normal. Go to the fire pit then.
Yeah.
First and foremost, how much money did we make picking up cash?
Not much, because you had such a low check. You both probably ended up with like 10 to we'll say 12 copper each, and then another 15 silver.
All right, that's not nothing.
That's cash money.
Yeah, and we'll give you each 3 gold.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yes.
Ha ha. Ha ha ha
Alright.
ha ha.
Well, I'm gonna walk over to the fire pit with my hammer and my shield, ready for warfare. If there's something in there that's gonna attack me.
Sitting in the middle of the fire pit with these embers all around it. The rocks are still in place because you put some rocks around it to keep the fire from getting out of control, as any good adventurer would do.
There's a dog.
Yeah. You walk up to the fire pit, and sitting in the middle of these glowing embers is what looks to be a gold jewel covered, what I would say resembles a gravy boat with a cover. So it's got a handle and it's got a spout at the end, And it's got like a little...
Can I retcon that?
Yeah, you do what you need to do.
It looks like this.
Oh, that's what you had in mind? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
Ah, indeed.
Man, we can get. Is that what I think it is?
And coming from the bottle is, I see you. Let me out.
We might be able to get some wishes out of this.
Well, I mean, that could be an old wives' tale, but at minimum, there could be rum in it. So let's grab it.
Hell yeah. Rum sounds good.
So I'm going to send Axe in to grab it. You go grab it. It could be hot.
That's yeah. Hang on a minute. I'm searching through my bags for something to grab it with.
We lost your video.
I know. I did that on purpose.
Watch out! Watch out!
Well, all right. Hang on a minute. Pull my shirt sleeve down around my arm and kind of grab the bottle out of the milk quick and set it down. Is it hot as I grab it? Do I feel that through my shirt?
No, it's surprisingly cool. It is,
Whoa.
even though it's been sitting in the fire pit for the last couple minutes, it has not absorbed any of the heat.
Pull my sleeve back to a normal spot and then kind of touch it and realize it's quite cool. For Lord of the Rings reference. I kind of look at it. I'm looking into the bottle. Is like there anything? Do I see anything inside it?
As you look at the bottle, you just see this smoky wisps kind of.
Put my ear to it.
Yeah, and it's really loud.
Hello?
Now.
I knock on it.
Yeah, you hear, I see you. I see you. You
I don't see you. There's nothing in here.
let me
What? How? Do I just pull the cork?
That's would you? How would you go about this, genius? He's got to figure it out.
Yeah, he's got to figure it out.
I pull the cork out of it.
All right, that works.
As you pull the cork, the smoky vapors, the wisp that was circling and swirling, this bluish hue of a jar of a glass bottle, slowly starts filling the space above. And
Whoa!
genius, why don't you take it away?
Yeah. So as the smoke kind of seems to coalesce into a person shape, you're expecting this grand, magnificent, floating genie type creature, and it gets
this play, Rand. I saw this play.
Smaller and smaller and smaller than you guys. And as it comes into focus, it's someone you recognize, a short, red-haired dwarf female. That
Wait a minute.
Is it Bruce's sister?
Sister?
It's Bruce's sister, Bree. Yes.
Ah! Hey, Bree! Holy crap! How'd you get here?
Randolph, Axe. Holy cow!
It's the greatest day ever.
Just speechless.
Thank you. I was stuck in there.
Yeah.
How did you get stuck in the bottle?
It's a long. Well, no, it's really a short story. So I was.
You have
following.
phenomenal cosmic powers?
No, only an itty bitty living space.
Oh shit.
No, it's a long story, and she's kind of looking in the sky to see if the airship is still up there or if it has moved on.
Whoa.
What are you looking for?
So, it's probably too many trees in the way. So, okay, I don't think they'll find me. So.
Are you running?
Well, not intentionally this time. So, I was. She assumes that she can trust them because she knew them as kids or whatever.
Rand, this is even better. She needs protectors.
So yeah, I was on I was taking an airship to Waterdeep, and there was this wizard on board, and he was treating everybody real poorly. So I decided to relieve him of one of his special items. But unbeknownst to me, that item didn't react so well near the ship's power sources, and kind of threw me off the ship. And it seemed to have lost all of my coins too. But as I was making the fall, I just kind of reached my mind out, and it seemed like it took forever, but I'm sure it only was a few seconds, and I made the commitment to something and survived. So this is all new for me.
Oh.
You made a commitment to something?
Yeah, I basically yelled help in my brain, and something said, "I'll save you if you work for me," kind of a thing.
Oh.
You'll receive a pamphlet in the mail that says the Church of Satan welcomes you in about 2 to 3 weeks.
So
Um,
everything
well-
seems fine now, except my coin purse is a lot lighter.
I just want to let you know you're as pretty as ever, Bree. Wow, great to see ya.
Well, thank you. It's good to see a friendly face.
Axe
I've
is
been,
like
I've been in Luskin for way too long.
Axe is torn between her beauty and being like severely attracted to her, and the fear of whatever she made a deal with.
I just want to say, your brother's a real jerk, but you seem really nice. So, we put up with Bruce and we took him on one of our adventures. We're heroes. You probably don't know that, but we've been saving the world pretty constantly over the last couple months now.
Rand. Give her the cloak. Her brother's cloak.
What?
You have it in the bag. Or did you put it on?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'll take the cloak off, and I'll say,
have it
"You
on.
look really cold, Bree. Let me put this on you. It's your brother's, and he gave it to some homeless guy, and then that guy gave it to me when he ran away. I don't know. It's a whole thing."
Stole my fucking horse. And now I'm straddled with Cyclops over here.
Well, I obviously don't have a horse, so if we're going to be traveling, I'm going to need to buddy up with one of you guys. So
My horse probably isn't big enough for another person, unfortunately.
Yeah, Cyclops would be.
Yeah, you can ride with me. There's
That
room
would
on
be-
my horse.
that would be great, Axe.
He's kind of dope. No, I don't use great axes.
As Axe pulls his cloak around the front of him to hide his pants.
Alright, Genius, I'm removing the Cape of Mountebank from my inventory. So,
All right.
I think it was badass, actually.
Mhm.
Sorry, Ryan.
It's alright. It makes sense. I wasn't going to offer it up unless she asked for it. But that makes sense. So, back on... Well, we haven't even gone to sleep yet, right?
So, as you guys talk, one of you probably would have thought about restarting the fire. You were just getting this fire, like the fire was just going to cook your food. You have your camp set up, so you will be spending the night here, and throughout the night, you just keep talking. It's very quiet. You feel safe enough to where you don't have a guard set up, so you're all full, well rested. Did you guys want to talk about anything else before morning?
I mean, Rand is gonna definitely just talk about how amazing of heroes they are, and really just make sure Bree knows how manly Rand has become, and how amazing our adventures have been, with slight exaggeration.
There's a lot of nodding and a lot of yeah from Axe as Rand is bragging about the story. It's kind of like the Flavor Flav to Chuck D. Yeah, boy.
Bree will be a very attentive audience and soaking it in and gasping at all the right parts. Like, you know, she's really into it.
So as the night winds down, you all kind of lay out under the stars. It's a beautiful night out. You don't have any tents. Well, Axe has a tent pitched. Axe has a tent pitched. Everybody else is fine. And you just kind of fall asleep under the stars. In the morning, you wake up. You kind of restoke the fire, have some breakfast, get all your gear together, and set off again. This time with Axe. I'll say Axe is in front, holding the reins, and then she's behind Axe, kind of holding onto his waist, and Rand is in the lead. And
reaches for the saddle horn and realizes it's not a saddle horn.
Yep.
Oh,
Jeff, this may get awkward between you and I.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to do that yet.
Yep. And
It's always fun.
and as you're riding Axe, she slowly whispers into your neck. Oh wait.
No. You don't have control of Jeff's character. If Jeff wants to do that, he can.
Nope.
says,
Nope. Biting
you,
time.
you smell like blueberries.
I thought it was strawberries. Yeah.
Strawberries, friend. Strawberries.
Well, girls smell like strawberries. Boys smell like blueberries.
I'll take your word for it.
I would have said
Because
schnozberry.
I was gonna say, is that because they have blue balls?
So you ride for a
Whatever.
couple hours in the morning, and after about 2.5, 3 hours, you start to hear the sound of growls and flames. Maybe does that sound like flames? It's quick bursts. It's like, but then you hear these roars and these guttural sounds. Roll perception, all three of you.
Man, that sounds like someone's firebolting dogs.
My
Have to let me
perception is
know if-
low.
Have to let me know if it shows up in your feeds.
Nope, 13.
What's yours, Genius?
19.
19.
Ooh.
So
to get
you
her-
and Axe, or Axe had 13, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. You and Axe recognize the sound of some kind of boar slash something bigger, the four-legged animal
Big
type,
pig.
but bigger, like a giant boar.
Rhinoceros.
And
Small hippo.
Genius, you would understand that the sounds like fireballs.
Sounds like fireballs.
And it's very close by. As you're going through the forest right now is a little thicker, so you're having trouble seeing. And as you come upon this clearing, it kind of everything. It's a field, and it opens up into a field, and it goes from heavy forest, where you really can't see that far ahead of you, to this open clearing that's probably 100 feet by 100 feet. And in the center of this clearing, you see this robed figure shooting fireballs at these two giant boars. And that's where we're going to stop.
Weird. Awesome.
I mean, we had
Bree
breakfast.
joins the party.
We had breakfast already, but I could go for some bacon.
I thought you were going to ask for a giant sausage.
The smell draws us in.
No, I had enough of the giant sausage earlier in the episode.
What does the centaur taste like? Brat. Bratwurst.
Johnsonville.
Yeah. If it's in a bar, I guess it'd be
My
a beer brat.
Does that centaur have a name? Yes, he does.
Yep. It was
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Rowan.
Johnsonville would have been a great name for him.
Yep. And if I would have been thinking about it, I would have changed it.
Yeah.
Johnsonville and his brat. We are Two Nerds One Quest. We are here every Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. We'll be back here again next week, 8:30 a.m. Central Time, twitch.tv/Tom M. Norm. Join us live. Follow the channel. Make sure to get notifications when we go live. Let us know how you enjoy the show. Send us some messages. Join our Discord, bit.ly/OurFunDiscord. Send us messages there. We do stuff there, gaming, music, movies, talk about stuff other than D&D. Get the podcast. Podcast drops Wednesday mornings. It's free wherever you get podcasts from. If you want unedited podcasts, join our Patreon, patreon.com/2nerds1quest. You get the pre and post show content, all the chatter that we had, which we had probably like 25 minutes of pre-show talk this morning, which only Patreon patrons will get. And then the chat after. So we are also going to have you vote on show titles. I'll put that link in chat in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know what you think of the show.
And feel free to suggest more character changes for me to do as we move forward on any of these adventures, because that seems to be a running gag that we invented.
Yeah, right. It's a
it.
character of the week.
The cloak is Jeff's character.
Yep.
That cloak is Jeff's character, and the only stipulation to you switching characters, Jeff, is somehow the cloak needs to end up with a new one.
That is accurate.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so let us know what you think of the show. Give us ratings, reviews, wherever you get your podcast from, or wherever you can do that for us. Let other people know that's the best way to support this show. It's free, 100% free. Let other people know that you are enjoying it, that you're watching it, that you're listening to it. Let us know. We're curious as to how you're absorbing this, and we'd love to hear from you. We love feedback, and we love interaction with our audience. With that being said, for me, for the genie in a bottle, for Rand, and for Cyclops the horse, we'll catch you next week.
Genie in a bottle, baby.